Margaret Knuckles here at Stella and Dot, and I wanted to hop on, talk to you a little bit about one of our newest products, Flawless, and walk you through my morning face care routine to show you what products I'm using, why I'm using them, and the benefits. I think it's a lot easier to kind of see it in action and see how much I'm using it, how I'm applying it, and why I love it. So that's where I thought I would share that with Flawless as I kind of build into my routine. But I also wanted to share a little bit about my winter skincare routine, because I think many of you may be dealing with the drier skin from the winter months as it gets colder and our heat is on. And one of the things that I have started to do as I age is to change up my skin routine in the winter months. So I don't know if you're like me, but I now deal with dry skin during the winter months, which I've never had before, and then normal skin the rest of the year. So, so some things that I've switched to is I've switched my cleanser to an oil-based cleanser, which is Luminous, which is amazing. Rebalance is one that I use the rest of the year, but Luminous is the oil-based cleanser I use right now. I've also started turning down my heat. I started doing that last year, just a couple degrees at night, and it has made a world of difference with my skin. I was waking up to the point where I was almost like choking from a dry throat. Just one of the lovely effects that I've never dealt with, but as you age, hydration is one of those things that we start to lack, especially in our skin. And then I also had read to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. So I've started doing that as well. So for example, if you weighed 100 pounds, you would drink 50 ounces of water a minimum a day. And so that's something that I also have noticed a huge difference too, as I've kept my body hydrated, which also really kind of works from the inside out with the skin. So with that being said, I've washed my face with Luminous, and now I'm gonna kind of go through my skin routine and why I use what I use. So if you haven't heard me talk about Ever before, Ever is what we refer to as a clinical product, meaning that it's clean. It is free of those toxins and carcinogens and junk that we don't need to be putting on our skin. And then it is clinical grade, meaning that it is proven to be effective. Third-party testing, and then people like myself who've been using it and loving it and have seen the results. So I'm excited to share with all of the products, especially our newest one. So after I wash my face, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to treat it. So one of the things that Ever does is it treats the top 10 signs of aging. So one of those being hydration, the lack of that in our skin, as you just heard me talk about. And Quench is one of those amazing products. I actually already put it on, and the reason I did that is because immediately when I get out of the shower or after I have finished washing my face, I take a couple drops of this and I pat it into my face just like that. It's very important to pat instead of rub into your face. Rubbing causes more damage and it just kind of pulls your skin down versus just gently patting, which really doesn't cause that damage. And we don't need anything else pulling our skin down and losing that elasticity. So Quench is an intense hydration. It is filled with 2 hyaluronic acid molecules, one that's gonna permeate deeper into the skin and one that's gonna really help that surface level. So the surface level is where you're gonna see that plumpness, the dewy. It's going to really help to plump up those fine lines and wrinkles and really hydrate not only the surface layer, but deeper into the skin. And if you look at someone who is younger, like a baby or a teen, you just see that really plump dewiness that they naturally have in our skin. And as we age, you start to see more of a dull kind of finish. And this is what is gonna really help to treat that. Instead of just masking it, it's actually treating the cause of really hydrating that skin. So an incredible product that I am obsessed with and love. And then next, I am going to use Youthful, which is our #1 top seller. It is a quadropeptide, and I just take 1 to 2 pumps, and I do this morning and night, and then I just gently pat into the face, which this is going to be what we refer to as a firming product. It is going to boost firmness, elasticity. It is going to help to reduce those fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to help with reducing redness with that magnolia bark, which is 1,000 times more potent than a lot of other chemical-based products. So it's a really incredible product. And then what you want to make sure you're doing is also kind of treating your neck and your décolletage area as well, because you don't want to just fix this and then have all this looking bad down below. So I even noticed from all the years I've been doing this, how much worse my neck and chest look from my face. So I'm really trying to fix that now and reduce that. When I'm talking about what I refer to as these serums, these are the heavy hitters. When you think about cleansing your face and moisturizing it, you really want to make sure you are also treating it, because these are the heavy hitters that are going to really help to fight those issues that you're seeing as you age. And then next, our number 2 top seller is vitamin C. So vitamin C is something first you want to shake up. Because as you see, I don't know if you can really see that on the camera, when you shake it up, you really start to blend all this up, because the products can separate and you don't want to just, get the oil instead of all the other antioxidants that are in it. So this is going to be brightened. So we talked about hydrating, firming, and then brightening. So the vitamin C, a little bit of this goes a long way. So as you can see, I'm just going to take a couple, 3 to 4 drops at the most, not the whole full dropper, just drops. And this is going to help to brighten, smooth, repairs against free radicals. It's going to fight against the UVA, UVB, blue light, and it's going to help to reduce those age spots. So it is a really, really good product that I am obsessed with. And it smells like rose oil. I mean, it is just such an incredible product. So make sure you put that all over and just pat that in. Also, patting it in a little bit goes a long way. When you rub it in, I feel like you have to put more on than when you just pat it. So those are the serums that I'm doing. And then we do have 2 eye creams. One, which is Revive, which has like caffeine in it. So if you're having dark circles, this is what you're going to use more of. But if you're really just looking at hydrating and just the peptides, sorry, I've got nail polish that's spilt on it. So with this, you're just going to take, of course, you can use the Youthful for it, but this is more concentrated for the eye, so it's more hydrating. So I always like to use this to really hydrate that eye area. So you're going to use your ring finger and just gently pat in around that eye area. So just think of it as like goggles, and just pat that really gently in. And sorry, I've got a mirror here that I'm trying to look at too to make sure I'm not leaving product all over my face. So just a really, really good area, especially with crow's feet or the 11s. This is going to help to reduce those fine lines and wrinkles, and do amazing things. So this is Youthful, which is concentrated for the eyes, which is essentially this. So you can also use that there if you don't deal with a lot of dryness. Which then, brings me on to our next product, which is the Flawless. Okay, so, sorry, I'm dropping stuff left and right here. Flawless, again, is our newest product, and this is what we refer to as your daytime moisturizer. So this is actually going to have some of the products I just described also in here. I have been adding this in and still am obsessed with keeping the regimen that I have. But maybe if you haven't tried the vitamin C, you may be able to get away with just using this instead of that as well. So, okay, so Flawless is what we refer to as our soft focus finish. It gives your skin just this incredible glow, and it almost looks like you have a face filter on. My girls have started using it and are stealing it, and I'm like, great, I'm gonna go through this product so fast because they're obsessed with it as well right now. But it has stuff to moisturize your skin. It has something called ceramides, I think is how you pronounce it. But what it does is it moisturizes and replenishes that skin barrier. Rose water to hydrate. Niacinamide, which is also in Clarify. So Clarify was a product that I was using right after it came out that my girls now use. It's going to help to fight acne, reduce pore size. With them wearing masks every day, it's really important because it's going to help to prevent those breakouts. This is going to replace Clarify for me. I'm no longer going to need to use that separately. And then vitamin C. So it's going to help again to reduce those age spots, brighten, as well as protect with antioxidants. So I take a little bit, just not too much of it out. And like I said, I've been able to use this, I guess, since it came out maybe three or 4 weeks ago. And so then you're gonna kind of rub it in the circular motion. And when I talk about patting, this product is used to, or you're supposed to apply it in a circular motion. So kind of a circular upward motion is what I would recommend. But everything else you pat, this you kind of rub in with circles. I don't know why, but that's just how it says to apply it. Okay, so as I mentioned, Flawless just gives you this really pretty soft focus finish. And you could stop right there and be done. I'm gonna finish with a true daytime routine that I would do with makeup and all, just to show you again all the products I'm using. But Flawless, I am loving. I love the finish it looks. So if I'm just hanging around the house, not gonna be in the sun, then this is all I'm gonna need. It just gives you just the smoothing, a radiance. It is absolutely gorgeous. This could also be a primer for your makeup. So as I mentioned, it's got the same properties that are in Clarify as well as the vitamin C. So it could be a piece that, you know, you reduce those other pieces out of your routine. I personally love the vitamin C and love how it smells. So it won't be replacing that for me. Okay, so next is Daylight. So this has it's a tinted moisturizer, but it also has a sunscreen, which is really important for me because I do have fair skin. And I also use a retinol. So if you're gonna be out in the sun after using a retinol, it's always important to have a sunscreen on. So I just kind of rub this together and just gently pat into the skin as well. The thing I love about this is it also has a tint to it. And this is typically what I'm gonna use as a foundation. For all intents and purposes, I'm actually gonna put on our foundation too, so you can see what it looks like. Don't forget your ears too. These can burn pretty easily as well. Okay, so this is also a moisturizer as well. So if you're already using this, I personally am obsessed with this, so I've added it in, but this could also be your moisturizer as well. So after I do that, I have a under eye concealer that I use, if I can find it. I believe I have dropped it somewhere. Goodness. Dropping products left and right. Okay, did I put it over here? Oh shoot, okay, well, oh well. I probably have a little bit left on my brush, but we have the most incredible different little under eye concealers. We have one that is gonna help to kind of hide the dark circles with the color of it, and I'm sure I'll find it by the time I finish up. And then we have one that will, different shades to match. So this is where I would just kind of pat that in right there. And again, this should have a little bit of product left over on it, so. And then I just like to kind of do where I may have redness around the face too. And then after that is when I would use our Forever foundation. So I like to shake it up. And again, a little bit of this goes a long way. So this, I am going to just take a couple little drops and put on the brush and then kind of pat it in. And then I'm gonna just kind of rub that in. This is the medium shade. I love the way it looks on my skin. It gives it a little bit of color, but it also just gives you this really pretty finish. So as you can hopefully see on the camera, it just is beautiful. And then I bring that down my neck too, just to kind of finish it off. So as you can see, just a couple of those drops really do go a long way. I prefer to use a brush to apply this. I feel like it does a much better job than if you just were to put it on with your fingers. It really, like I said, just gives a nice finish to it. And so then I am going to just use our eyebrow pencil to kind of fill in my eyebrows. Bear with me because I'm gonna actually have to use my down here to put that in because it is gonna be too hard to do on the camera. So we do, I'm not sure if we still even have these in stock, but we have these little pencils to really frame your face. And your eyebrows are something that really does frame your face. You talk about when you're wearing a mask, how your eyes really pop. And then when you're doing no mask, you focus on your lips. Okay, so eyebrows are done. I love our palettes here. They are just incredible. I love the colors. As you can see, I'm sitting right beside a window to get that real natural light. But I love the colors of it. It's just such a natural look, no shine. And so I just, for an everyday look, I love this. It doesn't have, you know, the sparkle that so many products have that just kind of cake into your skin and wrinkles, which I don't love. And for like an everyday look, I use just this here. If I'm gonna do a bigger eye, I'll kind of go a little heavier in that. And then next, I am gonna use this. I use for my eyeshadow. So I just like to kind of put that into the eyelash line and above, below on the eyelash line too. There we go. And then I'm gonna finish that off. Sorry, I dropped my mascara. Whiplash, if you know about this product, you know how amazing it is. It literally makes your eyelashes look amazing. So it just really lengthens them. Again, it's not gonna irritate your eyes. It's all clean and natural, which is what I love about our makeup. The mascara is something I don't mind my girls using because again, it's clean, it's not irritating, and it's not toxic on the eyes. So you can kind of see one eye versus the other, and that's just one coat. So add another coat and it really makes them pop. Now I'll focus on the other eye so you can see, so I'm not walking out of the house with one eye done. So again, this stuff is just amazing. It is not waterproof, but you know, me personally, I don't need waterproof. When I have used other mascaras to try to use something waterproof, it just has now started to irritate my eyes so bad. I have very sensitive eyes. So this is one of those products I can use that doesn't irritate them. Let's see, I think that is it. I'm done. And then I have my lip peptide in a little tint that I have in my purse. So I won't put that on, but that is my face morning routine. I've done it longer because I've talked you through it, but really I refer to this as my quick little, 3-minute face of makeup that is non-toxic, that I just feel like is just a nice finish for the day. If you have any questions about any of the products, you're going to hear anything in particular, feel free to let me know. But thanks so much for watching.